Alright, hello everybody, welcome to IA Command. This is TV Boy, and we are going to be doing a game log review for you guys, and this is a special game because this is going to be actually a top 4 game from the recent Season 7 League that just concluded. They concluded the Swiss round, so now they're doing the top 4, and I believe we actually have the final as well, so hopefully we'll get that one to you guys soon. But we're going to do the two top 4 games here first, and we've got some players that might sound familiar to some of you. For those that followed the Adepticon coverage that we did with Brendan and Stephanie, Gabe is one of the players that was playing at Adepticon and actually got second place, and he is playing Empire here. And we've got Morgan as well, who is no slouch himself, steering committee member, and has won quite a few leagues and tournaments for IACP, and also tops quite often in these tournaments. So not surprising to see him here in the top 4 once again. So these are two very good players. We're going to get to watch them play here in this game. So we are looking at Gabe is playing Empire. He's got two groups of Stormtroopers. Iden Versio. He's got an Elite Death Trooper, Officer, and he's got Krennic with Advanced Comm Systems, and Thrawn rounding out the list. I'll throw Krennic up here for you guys if you haven't seen him in a while. And then we've also got Rule by Fear and Zulu Technique in the list as well. And then looking at Morgan up at the top of your screen in the blue deployment zone is playing Rebels, and this list looks pretty familiar to me actually, although a few changes. So we've got Cara Dune, K2SO, and then a group of Rebel Saboteurs with Saw Gerrera, Heavy Fire, Targeting Computer on the Sabs. We've got Mern, Gideon Argus, C3PO, R2D2, and Extra Armor rounding out the list. So Sabs, Heavy Fire, and Saw Gerrera is something that is very familiar, but he has opted to go for, looks like Cara Dune and K2SO instead of the second group of Saboteurs. And I actually can't remember what the other thing I ran in my list to round it up. Maybe I think I had Kotun. So he's going with Cara Dune and K2SO instead of Kotun and the second group of Rebel Sabs. So this will be interesting. We are playing on the Lost and Found mission. So you can see that here if you look. So the doors are locked. We have Uskru doors because this is Uskru Entertainment District. And then for each stash they control, they gain 2 VPs. And of course these are your stashes here. There are, I believe, 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them scattered around the map. And we have our deployment, so let's get into the gameplay here. Okay, Morgan finishing up his deployment, it looks like, and then we're going to see some extra armor tokens coming down on the Sabs, hoping to keep those guys alive for a little longer. And you can see the Sabs have been slightly updated in IACP, basically de-nerfed, and then a couple of buffs, extra accuracy, 1 more health. Alright, let's move this over here. We'll see what Gabe discards for Rule by Fear. Draw 2. Gonna discard Element of Surprise. Good card, especially against all these white dice. And let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 activations, and I think Morgan has 8. And I'm not sure who has initiative, but it looks like it might have been Morgan. So he took that top deployment zone. Alright, you can activate 3PO to start. Now, look at where R2D2 is right here. He is way far away. I guess he can... Okay, so he can Gideon 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's fine. So he's fine. He's going to Gideon. And he put him there so that Gideon can be where he is and still see R2D2. So that makes total sense. And then we do see the Saboteur has gotten focused up. So that's 3PO. Alright, planning is being played by an officer here, so that's going to allow Gabe to draw even more cards. So now up to, let's see, 5 cards in hand. And he's got all of his figures named, which is totally not annoying to look at on Vassal. Okay, Gideon activating for Morgan. So he's going to, there you go, we're going to move R2 and focus up the other Saboteur. I kind of like his list actually. Cara Dune gives the list more punch against like the bigger, harder to damage figures, and then you still have a lot of the blast shenanigans with the Sabs. So he's not quite all in on saboteurs, but that means he's not putting all his eggs in one basket, so to speak. We see a card getting discarded here. Oh, Thrawn is activating. So let's throw the blue guy's card up here. So it looks like he discarded collateral damage. Let's see if I can throw that up on the screen. So generally with Thrawn, you're going to look at the top card of the opponent's deck, and then you're going to discard it to their discard pile so they don't get to use it. And you get to see what card is on top of your deck as well coming up. So looks like he also distributed a damage token to one of the Stormtroopers. So that makes sense to help them deal more damage. R2 going to activate, going to draw an extra card for Morgan. This is going to be interesting to see Krennic being used here. Looks like there was a sound file being played. Okay, Saw going to move up. So Morgan using the right side by the fountain to start to deploy his figures to, since that is his terminal, and he also has a good line of sight down into the right side of the map from there. And Gabe counter deploying, moving his guys over to the booth from the bottom to red deployment zone. Not really interested in fighting against the fountain. It is a tough spot to fight against from the red when you're fighting against an opponent in the blue deployment zone who wants to go to the fountain. Alright, Mern gonna hide these two saboteurs. Let's take a look at Mern's card. So able to hide those two saboteurs who are 2 dice figures. Gabe would love having Mern in his list, I'm sure. Stormtroopers activating, going to move over to the bottom right stash, and then 2 up against the door, above the column in the middle of the room. Cara Dune activating, deploying over to the left stash, over by the booth. And we've got all the Stormtroopers moving up, so Gabe kind of evenly distributing his figures, but more of his named figures on the left side of the map than on the right side. Let's not see that again. Alright, so initiative is moving over to Gabe here for round 2. Oh no, it looks like Gabe had initiative, so he must have picked that deployment zone, which is interesting. And Morgan going to move that Sab. I do love that move on Uskru, moving the Sab over to the far left side of the booth, because the opponent tends to clump up on the left side, as we see Gabe doing. So now when Morgan gets initiative, he's going to be able to get this perfect blast shot on that Death Trooper and do a bunch of damage to Thrawn via Saw Gerrera and Heavy Fire. And oh yeah, the second one, he's going to do it. He's going to have a really juicy blast here if Gabe cannot take initiative back. So Morgan getting 4 VPs, and Gabe getting 2. Alright, so it's a reverse order of initiative, so it looks like Morgan did indeed open that left door, and Gabe can open the middle door on the bottom. So both doors on Morgan's side of the map remaining closed, which is going to lock Saw and K2 out of the action for the most part. But this is going to allow all of Gabe's figures to be able to attack into these Sabs and Cara Dune. Okay. Alright, we see Iden being placed. I wonder if that means that we see a Call the Vanguard being played? No, I think we're just looking at these cards for reference. Okay, initiative passing over to Morgan's. Now we're in start of round. So Morgan will get to play first. He might have Call the Vanguard here for Cara. No, it looks like he's just going to activate the Sabs, which means no start of round abilities. Okay, and looks like the Sab is going to be attacking... Is he attacking Krennic? I mean, they do have priority targets, so they don't get blocked line of sight by other figures. Let's see. Can he see? Oh yeah, he can actually see Krennic from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a shot, but he's hidden and focused. Yep, they're checking it. Alright, so there's a shot on Krennic. That is definitely a linchpin figure. Although I wonder if he wouldn't be better served attacking Thrawn. Although I guess he does get to blast Thrawn, Iden, um, Iden's companion, and Larry the Stormtrooper there. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're not going to have any dice sounds for this game. Oof, no surges naturally. He does have the hide. He does have a reroll, so I think we're going to see that yellow get rerolled. There's a surge he wants to see. And he does get +4, so he did get the accuracy he needed. So let's see. We're going to do probably 3 damage to Krennic and then blast 4. Plus heavy fire, plus... Yep, there's blast 4. 3 to Krennic, 4 to everybody else. That kills... what is her droid card? Theo. Who only has 4 health. And then leaves Larry at 1 health remaining. Oh, he's putting down rubble, so that means he's playing... oh, there it is, reduced to rubble being played. Nice. So that's going to finish off that Stormtrooper. And it does 1 damage to everything, including Krennic, the target himself. So that's 5. He just did 5 damage to everybody. Oh, and 1 damage to the Stormtrooper and the Death Trooper. Okay. So that's a lot. And I think Gabe may have made a mistake here. Clumping up, not realizing how much danger he was in. Alright, this Sab is going to attack the Death Trooper, it looks like. No, he's going to attack Thrawn. Which makes sense. Either Thrawn or Krennic, who only has 3 health remaining. Alright. And I'm going to re-roll the yellow. Honestly, I would have kept it, but maybe he's fishing for that kill. Yeah, because he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he just needed 1 more. Although he would have gotten it with heavy fire. But pretty safe reroll without tough luck having been played on the last one. And that's going to be a dead Thrawn. Unless he discards a Zillow. Okay, so he's going to discard with Zillow to add a block. And then we're going to see probably blast 4 again. So it's going to kill... That kills Krennic. 4 damage to the Death Trooper. Oh, and then Saw's ability to weaken another figure when a figure dies. It's going to weaken Iden. This is... Man, this is devastating. Okay. So now we're probably going to see heavy fire get used. What's going on here? Why are we not seeing Thrawn die? There we go. Okay, yep. Heavy fire to finish off Thrawn and the Death Trooper. Woof. That was big. And now, so Gabe just lost Thrawn and Krennic, and Iden is now down to like, I don't know how much health she has. Down to 5 health. And he lost 2 Stormtroopers in the process, or at least a Death Trooper and a Stormtrooper. Whew, yeah, you definitely do not want to clump up your figures against these Rebel Sabs, especially with Heavy Fire and Saw Gerrera in the list. Just not good. Cara Dune also has Blast too, so... Alright, Stormtrooper gonna go for an attack here on the Rebel Sab that is stunned and bleeding from Heavy Fire. And the Sab's going to spend that block token from extra armor. That's a nice shot, though. So that cancels out. That cancels out. That's 6 damage. Oh, I guess 4. Oh, I guess he had to search for accuracy. Okay, second shot here. Going to go for the reroll. Gary the Stormtrooper coming up. There, that's a good shot. Okay, no reroll, but looks like he's got the accuracy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he's one short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's one short, but he does have the surge to get the accuracy, which with the power token will be a dead saboteur. So Gabe picking up 3 points for that one, and he's going to activate Squad Swarm, it looks like. I should probably be throwing these guys up here. Pretty much the same as their vanilla counterparts, but they cost 2 less to deploy. Alright, so Squad Swarm, I'm going to be able to activate the second group of Stormtroopers here. But that other Sab did pretty much get away unscathed. Terry going to move up. Looks like he's going to go for the attack on Cara Dune here, who does not have any defensive bonuses, but does have an extra armor token. So that, stops the surge. It's unfortunate. So it looks like it's going to be 2 damage to Cara with that one. Okay, Jeff coming up, going to take a shot, and does have a reroll now. He is going to reroll that blue, and he's going to be able to do 2 damage there. So just going to chip away here with these Stormtrooper attacks. And Cara Dune now going to activate. Going to play Heart of Freedom to recover 2 damage and gain 2 movement points. Command card. Nice Rebel command card. Classic. Alright, let's get that out of here. Okay, Cara. Gonna move all the way over, and looks like he's gonna go after Iden with the slam. 2 damage. Or smash, I guess it's called. And now going to attack her with shock and awe to take out Iden. This is not looking good for Gabe here. R2 going to draw a card. 3PO going to focus up K2. And yeah, right now Morgan at 29 to Gabe at 5 points. And Morgan very safe with all of his figures having been able to retreat except for that one saboteur. Mern going to go up, and looks like he's taking an attack here with Mern. Which might kill this officer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, he's one short. He misses. Oh, what's he got here? Reinforcements being played. So I guess that's the end of the round. No, that's for Zillow. Oh, he did need it. I guess, does Mern have built-in accuracy? Oh, she does. She does have built-in accuracy, so needed to discard reinforcements there to not die to that Mern attack. Alright, officer going to come up and take a shot at Mern. Going to do 2 damage to her. She does have quite a bit more health than your average officer. K2 going to move up, and that's going to be the end of round 2. And Gabe down to just 1, 2, 3, 4 stormtroopers here, and an officer. All the doors are going to open. Morgan going to go to 31. Gabe goes to 11. It is now Gabe's initiative. Going to play reinforcements. Going to get back one of his stormtroopers at least. Going to play covering fire. So his 3 troopers going to become hidden, and they all get that extra surge ability, which is nice. And now going to attack Cara, who is now behind cover, or not behind cover. She's hunkering down by that column, so that gives her an extra evade result. That's not going to help her though. Does he go for the reroll here? He does. Same thing, so 3 damage. Okay, second shot from Jerry here. He is hidden, so it's going to overcome hunker down. And going to be able to do 2 damage through that triple block. Pretty nice. Could have also stunned her, but I don't know if that's the right choice. Another hidden attack. Going to break through that hunker down. Another triple block. Oof. So going to do 1 damage with no reroll on that attack. Interesting that he kind of ignored the the rubble tokens there. It's supposed to be difficult terrain. Cara Dune activating. Going to use that shock and awe ability to roll red, red, blue, and rerolls, but gets worse. 3, 4, 5, 6. So it does 4 damage to this. Oh, 3 damage to the Stormtrooper. And then we're going to see urgency getting played here. Not sure what that was for. Probably for a strain. But is able to kill it off with smash, rolling the 2 damage, and that's going to focus up Terry. Now we've got the second group of Stormtroopers trying to take out Cara here, who's still hunkered down on that difficult terrain there. Or maybe it's on the blocking terrain. Oh, no, it's difficult terrain too. Anyway, it is hidden though, so it's going to break through that. Doesn't have a reroll here, so only going to do 1 damage. Second shot with the other hidden Stormtrooper. Or this one's focused. That's going to do 2 damage. Does that kill her? No, she's got 14 health. And the officer going to attack. Oh no, this must have been Mern attacking the Stormtrooper. And now, oh no, now Mern's attacking the officer. Okay, K2SO gonna go after this Stormtrooper here. Looks like he spent one of the tokens, but it is gonna be a melee attack. And it's going to be a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 5 damage. Oh, there's the focus dice, so yeah, that's going to kill him. K2SO hits pretty hard. Doesn't ever really perform great, though, in our data sets for some reason. Just kind of middle of the road. But he hits hard. Alright, Saw attacking here. That's going to take out this Stormtrooper, and that is going to put Morgan to 42 and wins the game there. Oh, of no importance is going to prevent that. But Comm Disruption is going to stop that. So Gabe tried to play of no importance to stop Morgan from getting VPs from that kill, but Morgan playing Comm Disruption, since he does have a couple of spies, the Sabs, Mern, and K2SO are spies. So that was a huge start of round 2 attack, killing so many figures, and that's why you can't bunch up against Sabs to this day. That's kind of what it was like playing against them back in the day before they got nerfed, and that's kind of how they work now. So that was the top 4 match. Morgan moving on to the finals. We're going to check out the other top 4 match later on, which is Derek versus, I want to say Joey, but I'm probably wrong. Derek versus Mark. Okay, great. So we're going to see that one in a little bit. Thanks everybody for watching. We will catch you next time.